Passing the UK practical driving test can be like a nightmare, can be stressful, daunting, sometimes expensive, and for many people, it's just frustrating. But what if I told you that I was able to pass on my first attempt with 20 hours of lessons? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it so that you can also try and hopefully you're able to pass to come back. Let's get started. Right, so before I even talk about the points or the strategies that I used to pass, I'd like you to understand that this test that you're going to take, well, you can do as many as 15 minor faults and still get a pass and get your test certificate. And so that's just a disclaimer to let you know that, look, it's not bad after all. And all you need is one major fault to get disqualified. So I hope you watch the video to the end to listen to the gems that I'm going to share with you. All right, so to tell you what, right, the first thing that I did when I was preparing for it, at the point it was very frustrating, and so I can understand you, because when I started off, I wasn't getting the turns right. I mean, coming from somewhere, I was already driving. That's to let me put it in context. I was already driving, so from where I was coming from before I even came to the UK, I was driving and I was doing it on the right hand side. So pushing it to the left hand side all of a sudden felt like, a heavy task and a burden on me. And it just was a whole lot going on, and then where I'm coming from, there are not a lot of road signs and road markings, but over here there's so many things that are happening at a point. You have to turn right. If you're turning right, you have to go this way. So I can understand, right? But so I came back one of the lessons, and then I just started talking to myself, and I started asking myself some questions about, I like driving. It's not like I don't like driving. I do like it. Now, this is a new country. So, what I needed to do was to sort of unlearn certain things that I knew because I was already on the road, right? And so, I had to unlearn the fact that, look, in this country, we drive on the left. And so, for me, it was about mental readiness. And that's the first thing that I like to talk to you about, right? Prepare your minds mentally that, look, this is a test. And mind you, I'm sure before you even take the test, you would have been comfortable with your maneuvers. It's the same thing. It's just that you need to go the extra mile more like, brace yourself for the fact that you've got different road markings, you've got, runabouts that you probably haven't seen before. But what I would like you to know is that in terms of mental preparedness, just tell yourself that this is not a death sentence if you don't pass on the first attempt. So I told myself that, look, this is just one of these tests that I'm going to do. Whether it goes well or not, it's not going to really, deter me from trying again, right? So that's not to say that you shouldn't have a positive mindset, but it helps you calm your nerves, because when you're nervous, you tend to make a lot of silly mistakes that could have been avoided, if you weren't nervous. So that's what I found very useful, that even before the test day, I had a good sleep, calm down, and then for me it was like, okay, if I don't pass, that's not the end of the world. And that really increased my confidence on the road. So for me, preparing yourself mentally, and let me tell you what, it's not too difficult. Ask yourself, whilst you're on the road, what is the road telling you? Because the road keeps talking to you every time you're going. So you see the road signs telling you this is a traffic light. It's red, green. It means that you need to act based on the color you see. And it's the same approach you need to use. So if you see, let's say, a right turn, if you see a junction, if you see like a roundabout, every one of them is talking to you. So in your mind, I want you to picture that in your mind and say, look, what is the road telling me? So that's what I did. That's my question. I was asking myself a question. What is the road telling me? It's telling me 20 miles per hour. That's exactly what I'll do, right? Because mind you, the examiners are not there to fail you, but I feel like a lot of us are overwhelmed, and that's understandable because probably, there's a lot to learn within a short space of time. But what I find useful is to let you know that, look, let the road talk to you. Ask yourself the question, what kind of road am I on? Is it a dual carriageway? Is it a motorway? What are the rules of the engagement of the game? And I believe that will help you So the second strategy that was a game changer for me was to do a lot more of the practice on the test routes, right? I think this is a no-brainer, but I cannot also overemphasize the importance of you making sure that you're doing lots of your practice, especially when you're constant with the steering, with your movement on the road. It will be very, very useful to go on to wherever test center that you've booked your test for. Get familiar with the roads. Now the truth is that you might not be even taken to a road that you've been on before, but like the first point, let the road talk to you. But as many as you do, you probably will be fortunate to be examined on one of the routes. So it's very, very important that, especially close to the test. So for me, what I did was, I think about 2 days to the test, we had like about 4 hours of lessons on that route. So I was just going through different routes and then making sure that I'm concerned how do you navigate yourself when you're on this runabout, and it was very, very useful. Which, and for me on that day, fortunately, the initial road that I was examined on was a road that I had already practiced on, so it wasn't too difficult. But I think the second route I didn't know, but what I did was to ask or let the road talk to me, like I was saying in my first point. What was the road saying? Was there a roundabout? Was there a turn? Is there a stop sign? Then you need to make sure you're stopping as well, right? And the other thing is that make sure you're also doing your maneuvers. So your emergency stops, just get comfortable with that. Your parallel parkings and what have you, just make sure you're getting comfortable with that. And that will very, very much help you. Now, before I go to point three, if you're finding value for this video, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so yet, share to other people that this practical test is actually not a death throw or death sentence, but yes, it's doable. Now to the final strategy that I want to share with you in this video is to ensure that it might sound cringy and weird, but you probably want to talk to yourself whilst on the road. So that's what I did to pass. So when I started the test, I was asked a few questions about, can you show me this? Can you show me that? And I did it. Now on the road, this is what I was saying. The road is talking to you. So what I did was, once we moved, I was looking out for road signs about 100 meters away, roundabout. So I'd be like, okay. So in the course of the test, what I did was to say, oh, this is 20 miles per hour. Then I reduced my speed to 30 miles per hour. Okay, this is a junction, a road turn. Okay, so this is like a curb, or this is like, a runabout, right? So we're going to the first exit. So at that point, I even had the examiner had the sat nav on, and then we were moving. So when I got to, I was like, okay, we're taking the second exit. So I'm gonna go all the way left, past the first exit, and I'll be like, okay, indicate, turn. So what it did psychologically was to help me, paint that picture, that psychological picture of whatever is happening, and then I was also acting it out. Now, the other good thing it does is that it makes the examiner calm and relaxed. So in my case, I got 3 minor faults, which I was very much aware of. I think there was one that was descending a steep hill, but then the braking wasn't too well, so that was a fault that was counted against me. But in all, I realized that because I was talking to myself, I was really, saying it out loud to the point that the examiner could hear what I was saying. He was so relaxed, and he also gained confidence in me. So when we got to the test center finally, he was so happy and he was like, some good driving right there. So I believe that, look, it's not a death sentence if you let the road talk to you. If it says 20, 20, if it says 30, so be on the lookout for all these things. Be on the lookout for hazards, on that day. I don't know, for some reason, some hazards tend to pop up. But like I said, let the road talk to you. What is happening on the road? About 100 meters away, that's what my examiner told me. My instructor told me that, look, about 100 meters away, what can you see there? Even when you're getting closer, you need to anticipate. Look wide. You don't have to look just straight ahead. Just make sure you're looking wide, because there could be hazards all over. And these are the things that will really help you nail the driving test on the first attempt. I hope I've shared some value with you in this video. If you find it useful, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so yet. Make sure you share, comment, and then like the video. And I'll see you in my next video, where I share another valuable experience that will make a difference. Thank you very much. My name